we need to get you the bell. The big bell. The big bell. All right. So there's that. Yep. And then here's the order. You know, it says, let us now settle into a spirit of worship with a moment of quiet to be followed by What a Wonderful World by Davis, Weiss, and Thella.
Davis, Weiss, and Thella. Okay.
Yeah, you're also invited at this time to light a silent candle of joy or sorrow.
Okay. And when do I do that? Pretty soon.
Let me find out. Matt, are you ready? Okay. No, no, no. I will. If I knock it to the ground, I'll go get another. All right? So anytime you want to go.
All right, cool. Oh, I guess I'll wait until my husband sits down. I just saw him walk.
I do that. My wife has to.
Huh?
My wife has to.
I love that. I love that.
She's in the kitchen.
Let us now settle into a spirit of worship with a moment of quiet to be followed by the music of What a Wonderful World by Davis, Weiss, and Tella.
Good morning, UUCW. I would like to invite you now to open your gray hymnals to the reading number 728, Blessed Are Those. And if you would, join me in this responsive chalice lighting reading. Blessed are those who yearn for deepening more than escape, who are not afraid to grow in spirit. Blessed are those who bring their children, who invite their friends to come along to join in fellowship, service, learning, and growth. Blessed are those who know that the church is often imperfect, yet rather than harbor feelings of anger or disappointment, bring their concerns and needs to the attention of the church leaders. Blessed are those who speak their minds in meetings, who can take and give criticism, who keep alive their sense of humor.
Blessed are those who know that the work of the church is the transformation of society, who have a vision of beloved community transcending the present, and who do not think sacrifice or shame.
Blessed are they indeed.
Let's please join together in singing Introit Hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love.
What wondrous love is this, O my soul, O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such of my soul, and takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, when I was sinking down, when I was sinking down in thy sorrow's ground, friends to me gathered round. Oh my soul, friends to me gathered round. Oh my soul. To love and to all friends I will sing, I will sing. To love and to all friends I will sing. To love and to all friends, who bring in sorrow ends, with thanks until the end. I will sing, with thanks until the end. I will sing.
Let's shake it up a little bit. Buenos dias. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Worcester, a congregation of love, hope, and justice, inspiring people to take on the challenges of a changing world. My name is Chloe Aganya, and I am one of your worship associates this morning. Excuse me. We begin by acknowledging that in Worcester, Massachusetts, we work, learn, live, and worship on the seized ancestral homeland of the Nipmuc people, who survive and remain active as the Nipmuc Nation. We offer a special welcome to those of you who are new or visiting with us for the first time this morning. We're delighted that you're here. We hope that you'll join us in Fellowship Hall following the service for refreshments and conversation. If you have questions or desire more information about this service or any of the ministries and programs of this congregation, please don't hesitate to ask. We invite you to fill out one of the cards found in the pews. These cards can be placed in the offering plate or given to one of the ushers or greeters this morning. For those of you joining us online this morning, we offer you a very special welcome. For safety purposes, and so that we might come to know you better, as you're able, please place your name on your video feed. Please take a moment to sign one of the attendance clipboards that are now being circulated. Though you're not obligated to sign, we appreciate your information and will use it only for church purposes. During the service, we offer an opportunity to share a brief personal joy or sorrow. If you would like yours to be read aloud by the minister, please print it on an index card found in the pews and drop it in the collection plate when it comes around. These cards will also be posted outside of the minister's office to be shared with our friends at other services. And for those of you online, you can place a joy or sorrow in the chat and we'll read it during this time in the service. And please preface it with "please read" so we can identify it easily. In the foyer are listening devices and large print service programs and hymnals for those of you who may find their assistance beneficial. Please see one of our ushers who will be pleased to assist you. I invite you now to turn your technology to worship mode. I love that. And finally, please note the announcements on the back of your program. There will be time for short verbal announcements following the postlude. We're glad you're here, and we hope that this morning is an opportunity for rest, reflection, and rejuvenation.
When despair for the world grows in me, and I awake in the night at the least sound of fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and above me, I feel the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. Please join together in singing opening hymn number 163, "For the Earth Forever Turning."
be seated. This time we welcome our basket bearers, those in our religious exploration program that are here this morning. This is their weekly opportunity to contribute to the ongoing mission of this congregation through its emergency fund. If you have change that you would like to contribute, please raise your hand, and one of our basket bearers will be by to collect your change. Does he want the stool?
He decided not to follow me. Usually he's my shadow. Make sure he sits down, okay? Good job. All right, I've been asked to talk about why I pledge. So to do that, just give you a little background. My name's Madeline O'Farrell, for those of you that don't know me. I grew up, me and my husband both grew up Mormon, which, if you're not familiar, is a very high demand religion, requiring strict obedience to firm doctrine. There's very little room for wiggle. We moved to Massachusetts in 2012. I was about to have my second child. We had a 2-year-old and started going to the Mormon church, which is familiar to us, which is actually just up the hill here. We drove by this building every day, and I looked at the symbols, and I wondered what it was. When we started questioning the faith that we had always known and loved, we came here. This was one of the first churches we church shopped with. And it was actually summer, so we didn't know that there wasn't like a regular church in the summer. So there was only 10 people here. But it was beautiful. We sat out in the foyer, and all I felt was love and just so welcomed. So we came again in the fall, and I picked up this out of the pew. What do Unitarian Universalists believe? And I read the first one. It says, "We believe in the freedom of religious expression. All individuals should be encouraged to develop their own personal theologies and to present openly their religious opinions without fear of censure or reprisal." And I just started crying, and I still get head-to-toe chills. It was the answer that me and my husband had both been looking for, a place that we could explore, that we could question, and that we could grow up. We felt very naive and young, even though we were adults or parents with children. We didn't know what we believed anymore. And this place was our safe landing spot. My children have grown up here. My oldest is now in COA. Robin has been amazing. The RE program is amazing. All of you have been mentors to me, to my kids, and that's why I continue to come, and it's why I pledge. This place is important to me, and I know I'm not unique in that. I know it's important to many of you, and I hope that it exists forever, and I want to be a part of that. So yeah, that's why I pledge. Thank you.
And now, It is time for our generosity in the current fiscal year. The offertory will now be collected.
We come to that time in our service when we're given an opportunity to share that which is deepest in our hearts and most profoundly on our minds or in the work of our hands, in the days that have transpired or in the prospect of days to come. Joys and sorrows that touch us deeply and are given another measure of meaning because of our capacity to share them in the midst of a company that claims us as a co-journeyer. So I invite those of you who have joys or sorrows this day to come forward and form lines on either side of the sanctuary, and then come speak briefly into the microphone, first telling us who you are, so that those using our auditory enhancement devices or who are joining us online can also participate in this important ritual, and then light a candle if you so desire. And if you're joining us online this morning, you are more than welcome to place a joy or sorrow in the chat. Please precede it by the words, "Please read," so that we can find it and share those important joys and sorrows as a part of this ritual as well. Are there joys or sorrows to be shared this day?
I'd like to share a joy and some sorrows. Actually, first, I just like to express my joy to the choir for their work this morning. Secondly, I'm just back from a longer than I expected vacation. The first half of the vacation was wonderful. We traveled all over the place in the Netherlands and walking 3 or 4 miles a day and seeing all sorts of beautiful things. The second half of the vacation got kind of cut short with COVID. And we got what ended up being a close-up view of the Netherlands health system, which was actually quite wonderful. Fran got to the point where she needed to be hospitalized for a bit, and she was cared for without any concern for how they would be paid. They just said, well, you need care, so we'll give it to you, and we'll figure out what happens later. But it was like the care for it was like, this is the way things are supposed to be, and it was very, very interesting. It's taken Fran a while to recover. It took her a few days before we were able to travel back, and so one of my joys is kind of the flexibility of folks here to do what needed to be done in my absence. And I greatly appreciate all the folks who stepped in to kind of make that happen. And Fran is doing well. And the other thing that I just want to appreciate is all the kind thoughts and words and prayers that were sent along the way. And they actually make it halfway around the world. And so I greatly appreciate every one of those. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Dawn Dowd. A few weeks ago, I was up here really upset and crying, and I'm joyful and thankful for everyone who reached out to me during that time. I needed that support, and I was so grateful that I could find that support here in this congregation. It revolves around my mom, who is 83. She's COPD, she has COPD, she's 24/7 oxygen dependent, and we recently got her biopsy results that she's got mesothelioma. Just said correctly that time. That shouldn't be an exciting thing, but I keep saying it wrong. Good news is that her brain MRI came back clear, so it hasn't gotten there. We've got some more tests to do this week, and the first time with her oncologist at the end of the week. So anyone who's had her in their thoughts, please keep her in your thoughts and me, and thank you for supporting me through this. I appreciate it.
Diane Mann writes this morning, I'm so glad to be here today. My family has been struggling. My son-in-law has been in alcohol rehab twice since December, mid-December. Thank you to all who have supported me and Aaron.
Hi, I'm Susan Crosley. Yesterday we had the memorial service for Sandra Ansaldi. I don't think a lot of people knew her, but she certainly was a presence in this church. I want to thank everyone who gave their time to do, the setup, the cleanup and everything. And I got a new scarf from Sandra. They put all her scarves up, and it was like, whoa. So I got a new scarf. And I want to thank Dave Showalter for singing Steve Goodman. I used to love, and I started listening to him again. I loved Steve Goodman. Thank you, Dave.
I just want to, as an incredible joy, I want to thank Susan and the pastoral care team and so many people here who supported Sandra's family. This place was transformed yesterday into a budding sanctuary. There were branches, and there was fabric, and there was flowers, and there were pictures. It was extraordinary. It took an entire community to surround and support a family that continues to grieve the loss of their mother figure and their grandmother and their aunt and their cousin. Blessings to all of you. And the flowers that are on our altar this morning were gifted to this congregation by the family in order that we might continue to remember Sandra as well.
My name is Jessie, and one joy I have is that as of last weekend, I'm now the parent of a 13-year-old, so I guess that's a joy and a sorrow. And I think we are learning that parenting a teen is very, very, very hard, much of the time. But every now and then I get these little glimpses of real joy that comes with growing up, and one of them is that my kids now kind of like my music and think that my music is cool, and we get to drive along listening to the songs that, you know, were a part of my coming of age. And last night, on a whim, a couple weeks ago, I had looked up a singer-songwriter that I used to love when I lived in Boston, and she was performing at a church coffee house in Lexington last night. So we all went to the show, and it was just so cool to see like my kids really enjoying this woman who I thought really just made beautiful music, and to see my kids enjoying her too. So that was a little glimmer of joy in a lot of work and pain. So, thank you.
You mean that Paul McCartney was in a band before Wings?
That would have been a cool show too.
Good morning. My name is Beth Posner-Waldron, and this past weekend I was out in Denver visiting my son's family, and the end of the visit was really special because there's a woman that up until last Tuesday I only knew was this big, and that's because I met her maybe 2 years ago, maybe a little more than that, through You the Vote, through Zoom meetings. And you know, usually you attend meetings, the ordinary meetings, you're just talking about the meeting stuff, right? But you know, when you're doing stuff with You the Vote, when we do our work with this congregation, there's that opportunity to make connections. And when you follow up with phone calls or extra long one-on-one Zoom meetings, when I taught her a skill that someone taught me, you make these wonderful connections. And she's the second person through You the Vote that I've had the opportunity to meet in person. And when we met each other and saw each other, the only thing that was unique about continuing to know each other was that she didn't realize she'd have to bend down so far to give me a hug. So that's my joy. And there's a lot of other things that I could share, but one of the things that I want to share, because I'm just, you know, incorrigible, we've got postcards to send for Center for Common Ground to help make us get us that goal of being a good trouble congregation. And this friend Joan and I are also stirring up trouble because she's never been able to have the support of her congregation like I have. And so we're going to do some phone banking together. So stay tuned for that and join us in Fellowship Hall to do some postcards.
And what do we do on Tuesday? Vote. I'm sorry. Vote. Really? Vote. Excellent.
Hi there. We are new. My name is Lauren, and this is my daughter, Ella, and we're here with my husband, Clever, who's over there, more shy. We are shopping. We're shopping around trying to find something that fits. And for myself, I'm a school social worker, and I care very deeply about humans. and traditional churches haven't really fit the bill for me just yet. But when reading about this church and hearing about the anti-racist efforts, that really caught my eye. So I'd love to learn more about that. And I'm happy that I'm sharing this with my daughter, with my family, because we are a family of intersectionality. We are a product of 2 women having children, married to immigration folks, and coming from Brazil and Puerto Rico and the United States, and we're all over the place. So we don't have a typical home in any place, but we're just searching for what that might be. And I think Ella wants to share something too. Or maybe not. We tried.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy, and I've had an incredible 8 days. Like Beth, I was in Denver, and I got there by driving with my daughter 2,000 miles and her 16-month-old golden retriever in a Toyota Corolla with all of her clothes. She's relocating to San Diego, so it was bittersweet. Unlike Jesse, we didn't listen to music because for 2,000 miles, we talked and we talked. In Colorado, I got to spend, some of you remember Declan and Claire. I got to spend 3 days with Declan, and I lived to tell about it. And I'll talk to my ski buddies about how challenged I was in the legendary back bowls of Vail. So made it back alive. How much did I want to come back this morning to sing with Matt? I took the red eye, and I got into Logan at 6:30 this morning, so really, really excited to be back.
Hi, my name is James Aganya. I just wanted to share a short sorrow. My grandmother passed away just a few weeks ago now. She was 92 years old, so lived a very long, good life. She was the matriarch of the family, and was the youngest of 4 sisters, and helped her parents start their own business, and carried it through to help my mom and her siblings support themselves, and was just a very special person overall. I'm sure that. Thanks very much.
Hello, I'm Paul, as you know, and I had a little bit of a celebration. A couple weeks I was, I did a PSA test, and they found that I was a candidate for prostate cancer, and they found a little bit. So what I did is, I said, what we're going to do is you have 42 weeks, 42 treatments, which is 1 a day, or they got this thing called cyber knife. And I went through the cyber knife routine, took 5 days, and although it's cute, they gave me this certificate of completion, which I thought was cute. But so just, I got to follow up in a month to see how things are going, and wish me luck.
Kim Napoleone writes, I'm thankful to all the friends here reaching out to me these past few weeks, and this is following the death of a dear friend. Kim's and I had the honor of meeting other friends as well yesterday, so thank you for that. And Cheryl Lachey brings forward a joy and sorrow online. This is from Laura Lenahan, who said, I received news my biopsy was not cancer. However, yesterday I got a call that my ride or die best friend was found deceased. He overdosed and died alone. He was coming to my house just hours after I found out. His buddy is on life support right now as well. I can't handle any more heartache this year. Thank you. Are there other online? And Ella, my father was a minister, and I had to come up with him all the time. And he looked at me occasionally and said, do you want to say something? And I gave him the same side eye. Okay? You are on the right path, my friend. Let us be in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life, we come to you today with joyous hearts and with grieving eyes. Help us call to mind those who have now gone before us and remember that they continue to exist deep in the lives that we continue to share. May our memories be a blessing. May the love that stirred between us continue to enliven and energize us to change the world. We who are mindful of the privilege of our existence take not that lightly. So we come today recognizing the evolution of our own lives and the wondrous opportunity given us when we can experience our children becoming youth and our youth becoming adults. We also come remembering that we are surrounded by a community who will hold us and love us. Amen, and blessed be. Would you join together in our hymn 318 found in your gray hymnals, and please rise in body or in spirit. We would be one as now we join in singing our hymn of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for that meaning, which binds our hearts and points us on our way. We pledge ourselves to greater service with love and justice, strive to make us free. Please be seated. And if we could play our reading this morning.
Our money. What does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stir 'em up and fill their head with a lot of impossible ideas. Now, I say...
Just a minute now, hold on, Mr. Potter. Just a minute. Now, you're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny-ante building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Well, here, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't it make them better citizens? Doesn't it make them better customers? You said that what'd you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of a decent home? Wait for what? Until their children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broken down that do you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about, I know. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. There's just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter. Come on.
I think so. You good?
Welcome to today's performance of It Is a Wonderful Church. You should know there is some congregational involvement required. Please have your teal hymnals ready. You will know your cue, and there will be other congregational cues, so please pay attention. Our scene opens on a bleak winter day with UUCW Minister Aaron Payson in his office, worrying about church finances.
Oh, what am I going to do? Our pledges are higher than they've ever been, but we still don't have enough to fund the church, and we're eating into our small endowment. It's just not sustainable.
Hi, Aaron. It's not all so bleak as you think.
Say, who are you and how did you get in here? I thought I locked the doors.
I'm Clarence, your guardian angel. I'm working to get my wings. I had to choose from this long list of good deeds, and I chose saving a church in trouble. You sure look like you need some help.
Yeah, you seem like just the kind of guardian angel I would get. Clearly, you can't help me. When we're facing such financial stress, it would have been easier if UUCW had never existed.
Never existed? Oh, you shouldn't say such a thing. Say, yes, that could work. Okay, UUCW never existed. There, you got your wish. You don't have to make such a fuss about it.
Okay, sure. The church has never existed.
Let's go for a walk, shall we? See what this new world is like.
Aaron and Clarence walk out into the streets to explore this new world of Worcester, Massachusetts.
Well, these headlines don't look right. Indian Lake permanently closed to swimming due to poor water quality from lack of native vegetation. 2024 election results remanded due to low voter turnout. Afghan refugee families line up for shelter. What is happening? Say, Clarence, I know that long-time member of our congregation. She looks sad and lonely, though, and normally she's animated and lively.
I'm afraid you really are in a different world. Without UUCW, she grew up in a traditional religious environment. Spiritual community was very important to her family, but as a teenager, she realized she wasn't heterosexual. Their religious community did not accept who she knew herself to be. It was dreadful. She left that faith long ago, but as an adult, she still craves spiritual community.
Well, that's just terrible. She should be able to find another UU community that suits her, though.
Yeah, she hasn't found one yet that aligns with her personal values. Let's continue our journey.
And there, I remember meeting that man in the Hour of Need shelter house. Well, he is asking for food at the intersection there, but the last time I saw him, he and his wife were supporting their family with jobs. Do you know what happened to him?
Yes, certainly. There is no In the Hour of Need shelter here in Worcester. The organization collapsed for lack of congregations, volunteers, and money from the community. He and his family never found housing, and they eventually split up, all of which made it hard for him to get any steady work.
Well, at least they can get help from the local food pantry.
Well, yes, but there is no food pantry in this part of North Worcester. The closest one's 3 miles away. He has to take 2 buses, and there's a delay with the transfer. He just can't afford that kind of time.
No Loaves and Fishes food pantry, no IHN. This just can't be right, Clarence. I must be in some sort of dream of some sort.
Just be careful what you wish for.
Oh, look, there's another familiar face. It's David Showalter. Let's go talk to him. David, it's good to see you. I'm having a very strange day.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Yes, it's your minister, Aaron Payson.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you after all these years. You must have worked at the Episcopal Church in Holden when we were going there. I'm sorry we stopped attending. I finally realized I don't really believe in the whole Nicene Creed thing. And Beckley didn't find any friends to connect with there. We eventually decided that nature would be our sanctuary, although we sure wish we were part of a community of like-minded people to enjoy it with.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Now, you used to like to write skits and songs and things. Have you found a creative outlet for yourself?
Well, yes. I write full-length musicals that I busk in front of City Hall.
Oh, that's impressive. Do you get much in the hat?
Unfortunately not. Downtown really clears out as soon as I set up. Well, I better get going. I need to check Zillow 3 times a day to see how soon we can sell the house and move someplace we will feel more at home.
Oh, Clarence, there's Elena. She spent her whole life in the church, went through RE, COA, and youth group, and she's really thrived, is married now, and has a family of her own. Let's see how she's doing. Hello, Elena. You may not remember me, but I'm Aaron Payson, and I've known you since you were a young child. How are you doing?
Hi, Aaron. Nice to meet you. See you. I'm okay.
Just okay?
Well, I'm sure the reason you haven't seen me in a while is that I've been away from Worcester for a long time. You probably haven't talked to my parents in a long time either, but when I was a teen, I was having a very difficult time relating to them. I had no other adults to mentor me or to talk to. I ended up dropping out of high school and leaving town. I thought I could live on my own and so I made my way to the West Coast. For years, I've struggled to make ends meet with multiple jobs, just trying to pay my bills from month to month. Finally, I've found my way back to Worcester, and I'm working full time while I try to get my diploma, but it's tough going.
I'm so very sorry to hear that. Well, I hope you know we're always here to help in whatever way you need.
We?
I mean, I can be here to help.
Well, that's very nice of you, but I need to catch my bus to my night classes. But thanks for stopping to talk.
Oh, Clarence, I can't take it anymore. I take it back. I'd give anything to have UUCW back, no matter the financial problems. Clarence, take me back. Take me back, Clarence. Take me back. I want to be at UUCW again. Elena, you know me. You know me. UUCW's back. Hello, David Showalter.
Aaron, we've been waiting, wondering where you've been. We've all been brainstorming regarding our finances, and when we heard that the church was in trouble, everyone raised their pledges to record high levels. And some people have doubled their 401k gifts. A refreshed fundraising team developed 5 new fundraising events, and building use fees were reevaluated to balance our budget with only a small withdrawal from the endowment.
Here's to the richest church in town.
Hymn 1017.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Get us stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed every need. We can feed our every need. We can filter every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, the world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. Hey.
My professor always told me that every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
That's right, David. That's right. Way to go, Clarence.
Hey, everybody, isn't this great? It's a great morning, it's a wonderful church, and it's a wonderful life. I got my guardian angel wings. All the programs here are covered and provided for, and UUCW is the richest church in town. Well, most of that is true and real. I'll confess, my name is not Clarence. And I don't even have wings. I'm not a guardian angel. I'm a member of this congregation. My name's Maura Rouse. I'm a member of the stewardship team. And every March, we invite members to fulfill part of their membership commitment by pledging an annual financial contribution of record toward next church year. Active non-members who attend in person and online are also invited to pledge. Of course, money is needed to own a building and manage it with parking and utilities, to compensate staff for all they do, to develop and implement programs, and to pay dues to the Unitarian Universalist Association for resources like RE curricula, software, business and management tools. But finances are hard to discuss. For many people, talk of money elicits uncomfortable responses. Uneven breathing, sweaty palms, upset stomach, irritation, and worse. Please let today's fun and joy all continue. Let's not miss a beat of the good things we share together here. Okay, so a dictionary definition of budget is a plan of operations based on an estimate. Our leaders indeed need to plan operations for next year, which is why our estimates are needed. They're requested starting today. And that's exactly why, oh yeah, okay, so we'll do that again. So they're needed starting today. But pledging toward a budget and salaries and building costs, that is not exciting, not sexy, not fun. But that's exactly why we talk about what this place means to us, about the things we do here and do with people here, from here. We cherish moments together. The benefits of connections for ourselves, for our children, for our elders, connections we make here and that help us throughout our lives. With those good thoughts and feelings flowing, think about how much you devote to things and experiences elsewhere in your lives. Things that you spend for yourself and your family. Then consider what you can support here to put our house in order so that UUCW remains available and thriving. If you're new here today, or this month, or this year, you are welcome to pledge, but it is not expected. Contributions put spontaneously in the plate and made online all support us. But pledges establish our footing. Pledges ground us and support us. Our modest pledges combine together to matter a great deal. Individual circumstances differ so much. We won't say what to pledge, but making a pledge is itself an important gesture. This year, we're boldly asking you to increase your pledge by 7%. Of course, personal and household circumstances can change over time. There's no need for anxiety. If you pledge now and need to adjust your pledge later due to changes, we are here for you. And we need no explanation to that change. For that matter, Dave originally pledged $10 million because he thought I sent him the form to test, but it was live. So he's already changed his pledge. I do want to say board members and the stewardship team have already pledged, and it gives me great pleasure to announce that our church pledges already total $35,000 as displayed on our awesome pledge tracker created by Nancy Baffa, the one and only artiste. We will keep updating the red number to match what we actually receive each week over the course of this pledge drive. This afternoon or evening, you will receive an email to invite your pledge if you've pledged before or if you're a new member, signed member. The email will provide information about church finances for those who are interested. And if you have questions about what you received today, or really anything financial about the congregation, you can email stewardship@uucworcester.org. If you do pledge today, then that email you get is just for your information and records and reference. Otherwise, please respond to that email by completing an online form by March 24th. If you're ready to move to the next step during fellowship hour, I invite you to take out your personal technology and, take it out of worship mode, and then go to uucworcester.org and select donate and select pledge, and you can get right to our form on your phone or on a computer. We'll have a laptop down in Fellowship Hall. Make a pledge that fits your life, your wonderful life. Payments toward whatever pledge you make can be made starting July 1st. So right now we're in the current fiscal year, and then we are taking pledges for the next fiscal year that starts July 1st. Dave and I will be in Fellowship Hall to talk to you, to answer any questions you may have, and to practice our characters just a little bit more. Reverend, would you like to have our closing words?
Thank you, Clarence, or Maura. These are some words for a benediction from author John C. Morgan. In the end, it won't matter how much we have, but how generously we have given. It won't matter how much we know, but rather how well we live. It won't matter how much we believe, but how deeply we love. Now, I also want to mention, it is Soup Sunday. So there will be soup. I believe one of them is corn chowder with bacon, and there's also a vegetarian one, and I don't remember what that is, but it doesn't matter, just how deeply we love, right? So also, David Showalter will be there during fellowship hour to do pledge collection, as Maura mentioned.
And because we are not professionals at timing a service just right, we have a few extra minutes. Okay, I've been set straight. We're going to move on to the closing hymn. Oh, no, to the postlude, now that the benediction happened. And there will be brief announcements verbally. If you have one, please step forward at the end of the hymn, postlude.
I see trees of green, I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah.
Are there any announcements to be made? Hold on.
Okay, this is about the Easter basket drive to the children of the IHN shelter. There's a table in the fellowship hall. We have baskets, we have Easter grass, we have a start on the Easter candy, so we'll be collecting things to put in the basket through Palm Sunday. And just so you know, there's 10 children in the IHN's in our of Need Center, and there are 6 boys and 4 girls. So if you want to give accordingly.
Hi, everybody. Just want to let you know that there is an all-church potluck on March 23rd. Hope you all can come. There's a sign-up sheet. If you don't know what you can bring, you can put TBD like I did. But hope to see you there.
Go ahead, race. Come on.
In case you weren't there, the coffee house for the Cool Beans Coffee House to benefit the In the Hour of Needs Family Shelter was a wonderful success. We made just under $1,500 that will go to them. That's great. And in a little bit, it'll be hello, coffee, my old friend.
How much under 1,500? You've made 1,500.
Hi again. My name is Chloe Aganya. I am part of the social media team along with Vicki Cox-Lanyon. We are the only, we are 2 of us. Anyways, we have some fun projects coming up for our Instagram and Facebook pages where we will need some interviews from people, maybe some pictures. I have some stuff in mind, but if like you would be interested, if you think, especially your teens who are cool and know what is cool on TikTok, we would love to hear from you and have your participation. So you can reach out to me or Vicki.
Where is Beth? Right, Beth, it would be remiss if we didn't say that Tuesday we will be full in this place because we are the largest voting district in the city. And so, if you live in this neighborhood, you're going to come here and you're going to vote. If you live elsewhere in the city and you know who you are, we want to make certain that you get out and vote. And please do assist the Get Out the Vote team today. If you want to write a couple of postcards, she has them. We are delighted. My wife tells me it is chicken, corn, cheese, chowder with bacon. So when you cook things in soup, all of the fats and things, they go away, right? So just understand I was 110 pounds before I started eating that particular soup that my wife makes. And there is a vegetarian option, and please understand, we suggest a donation of $5, but if you've not come with money, you're gonna eat soup anyway. And you tell them it's on the minister, because I will just pick it up. That's what we do here, all right? There are plentiful other snacks as well. Our RE program has gone all out today. And I believe there is cake. What kind of cake, Dave? I mean, Reverend. Marble cake. So, do as you do. Once again, beloved, worship in this place has come to an end, but our service continues. Next, with an opportunity for refreshment and conversation. May yours be a wondrous and wonderful week.